Hi, everybody. It's so great to be back with you. I'm Miss Julie. I'm a professor, a dancer, and a teaching artist who is here to help you know how to combine movement and any other subject as you learn. Part of this process is teaching you the language of dance, or one of the languages of dance. The good news is that you are already a mover in every way that you need to know how to move. I just want to be able to teach you words and terminology so that you can identify not only what you're doing when you share with others, but use this language to help talk about what you see your friends and your peers doing when they get creative as well. There are 4 elements of dance: body, energy, space, and time. And today we're going to be talking about the body and all the different ways that we can move the body and use the body to express ourselves. Dancers who are learning to be professionals need to master all of these things as well, and they learn how to do things within certain dance styles, or what's called dance technique. Go ahead and say dance technique. Fantastic. So in a dance form like ballet, for example, there are certain steps that are specific to ballet, and those ballet steps are actually said in French. But they also have to do with the body moving with energy in the space and timed in certain ways. So this is a more simple language for us to use. It suits our purposes when we're learning how to use movement, when we learn anything else, the best. So I'm going to lead you through the 4 components of this today, and we're going to have fun experimenting with these things. I've encouraged your teacher to print out the dance elements and put them on the wall in her classroom so that you can look at them. And I encourage you to do the same thing. If you love what you're learning and want to keep practicing at home, this is all on the website called Wiggle Genius. Just go to www.wigglegenius.com, and it's under Resources, Dance Element Posters. Everything there is free. And again, as much as your teachers might use this in their classrooms, you can take this home and use this in your own life on your own free time. Okay, so the body obviously is our instrument as we move. And learning how to articulate the body is important. So one of the things that we can do is move body parts versus moving our whole body. And what I mean by that is moving one body part at a time. So go ahead and just put a hand up and just move your hand. So you can move a body part in what's called isolation or by itself. Let's try it with our head. Good. And again, in certain dance techniques, being able to isolate body parts, step your feet out a little bit wider, put your hands on your hips now, just try to move your ribs side to side. Being able to isolate a body part is really important. For example, this is actually called an isolation in the jazz dance technique. And in African dance, you combine a lot of different body part isolations moving together, but it's even more complicated because each body part has its own separate rhythm on top of it, which makes it's called polyrhythmic. Go ahead and say that. Polyrhythmic. Fantastic. So it's really important for us to learn how to do this. And as we come back later to these terms in actual lessons with academic subjects, you'll start to see how body parts versus using the whole body can really teach certain subjects well. I do want to note that in general, when you're creating anything in this type of class, it's great if you use as much of your body as possible, not just your arms or your legs or your torso, but your focus and your head too, so that it's what's called a whole body experience. You really maximize your body's potential to move. Okay, so we're going to do body parts versus whole body. So let's just move one body part. Try a few of these. Let's just nod our head. Let's just stomp our foot. Good. And now let's try to put them all together. This is tricky. Let's do our hand. Let's nod our head, keep it going, and then add the foot in. Great. Now I want to give you a chance to be a little bit more creative. Just move your head in any way you want to. And you can keep changing it up as we go. You listen to my voice if you don't have, if it's hard the way you're moving your head to see me. And now add your arms in with your head in any way that you want. And again, they can move together or they can move in opposite ways. Now add your torso to your arms and your head. You can do what I'm doing, or you can do your own thing. And now add your legs and try to move everything together at the same time. Move that whole body. Try different ways of moving too. So maybe you're sharp. Have some fun with it. Or you're smooth. Whatever feels good. Okay, fantastic. Shake it out. So body parts versus whole body is one of the things that's a part of the dance element of body. The other thing is body halves. So we can slice ourselves right down the middle and just move our upper body or just move our lower body, or we can slice ourselves down the center and just move our right side, just move our left side. Yes? So I want us to take a shape where both sides, if we're sliced down the middle, both sides of the body are the same. Yes, this is also called symmetrical. And then let's do one that's different. Just follow me. Yes? And again, one that's the same. And one that's different. So let's use the terminology now that you know: symmetrical, asymmetrical. Now try a symmetrical shape on your own, or if you want, you can do mine, symmetrical, and come up with your own really cool asymmetrical shape. Use that whole body. Really good. And again, we can move just the upper body. Do this with me, just the upper body. Body half up here. In any way that we want, yes? Let's do a rainbow. Good. A couple more of those because that feels good. Or the lower body. Yeah, so the upper body is still, and it's just the lower body that's moving separate from that. Okay? The third thing that we can do that's related to those two is body shaping. And we've done a little of that. Yes, it's kind of the umbrella of what we've just done. So we can do shapes, any kind of shapes with our body, or we can do movement of the whole body. Yes? So I want you to make the coolest shape you can think of. Imagine that you are a statue in a museum and people have come from far distances to take a look at you. Yes? And now make any other shape that you think is fun. You just have to be able to hold it without falling over or having too hard of a time. And one more. Good. So body shapes, we can take those and make them symmetrical or asymmetrical. We can do body halves, and we can also do parts of the body versus the whole body, and all of that as well. The next area under body is relationships, and that means over, under, just interacting with the space around us. I want you to see that this shape that I've made here creates some negative space here. And we're going to use to explore relationships our own body by exploring the negative space. So go ahead and put your arm here, and I want you to shake your hand under the negative space. Good. And now I want you to move the hand through the negative space. And now I want you to shake your hand above the negative space that we've created here. Yes? So relationships are however you relate to your own body and to things in the space and to others that you might be moving with. The last thing is balance. And the way we're going to explore balance with body today is something just as simple as tipping. This comes at the end of the brain dance if you've been practicing that, which I hope you have. And just kind of moving through a place where you're not falling over, never falling over, actually. That's the most important thing about balance, is being able to be balanced. But feeling yourself kind of finding that place and then moving through it. Yes? So I'm going to put on a song and we're going to try all these different things together. I will lead you through and we will have a kind of a body dance element combination to practice. And so you can see how this feels for yourself. It should be a lot of fun, but I want you to practice thinking about whenever you see anything saying, oh, that's a shape. Oh, that's a relationship. That's a body half. That is whatever it is that you see. It's good to know the language, and as soon as you learn it, you won't just have a really smart body that knows what to do, you'll have a really smart brain. Let me get the music started. All right, let's finish up today with a nice, fun dance about the body. Just follow along with me, shake it out. Shake out your whole body. Good, we feeling ready? Show me that you're ready. Eyes on me. So we'll isolate just the hands and the lower arm. So body part and head. Remember to try your best. Don't worry about being perfect. Shoulders, isolating those shoulders. And let's isolate the hips. Good, now let's just do steps. Side to side, move the legs. Add the head. Add the arms. Good, whole body. Now take about 10 seconds to do whatever you feel like doing, using that whole body. Move everything you've got. Stay in place, but just have fun, seeing what you might be able to do. Let's make a symmetrical shape. Asymmetrical. Symmetrical. Asymmetrical. Symmetrical. Asymmetrical. Last one, symmetrical. Asymmetrical. Right. Over, under. Over, relationships. Yeah? Over, under. And through, 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 through. And over. And under. And through, 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 through. Then balance. 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 Try the other side. Balance. Let's take the rest of our body up as we go. Balance. Good. And now one more time. Just dancing the way it feels good to dance. Use your whole body. And we're going to finish by making 4 shapes and really holding them. Here we go. And pick your own shape and try to hold it. Pick another one. Use as much of your body as you can. Third one. Last one, make it your best. And of course, whenever we show, we take a bow. Give your own self a round of applause. I had so much fun with you today. Well done. Remember, make the day great, be great, and don't forget how valued you are. We'll see you next time, everybody.